Why are you afraid of the future that you say you want? If you really wanted it, you'd go out and get it. I think you're brave enough for it. I think you can go achieve your dreams. I know that you're stronger than you think you are. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily, and for my day job, I work as a civil engineer. Today we're going to talk about how to stop being lazy and pathetic and finally find the motivation to achieve your dreams. So, you've decided to be a sad, sulky couch potato. I bet you've worn a dent in the couch, watching Netflix as the hours tick by. I simply have the courage to point it out. It's quite pathetic. I know it, and so do you. I just have the courage to actually point it out. I've been there, sitting on the couch, rotting my life away, and I don't think I ever found it fulfilling. I've always felt this gnawing sense of guilt that there's something else I could be doing with my time. But how do you inspire yourself into action when it feels like all you want to do is to melt into the couch cushion? That is our topic today. How do we stop being lazy and pathetic? Here are my top tips. Number 1, be selfish. I have been talking about being a selfish woman on every other video it seems recently. Clearly I think it's the key to happiness. I mean selfish in the sense that I want you to take responsibility for yourself and your own happiness. You're the only person who is responsible for taking care of you 24/7. Yes, I know you have friends and family who support and look after you, but that is not the same as the 24-hour job you hold being your own person. For your entire life, you have to answer to yourself for your actions. If you eat crap food, if you don't work out, if you allow your brain to rot on Netflix, you are primarily the person who is going to suffer. So there will be days, obviously, where the best thing for you to do is just rest your body, but it is not every day. Some days, the burden of life can feel like a lot. And in those days, I'll be more prone to want to go melt into the couch. But most of the time, I feel incredibly grateful to have this thing that we call life. It feels like such a gift to be able to experience life and to be my biggest supporter and my biggest fangirl. You know yourself better than anyone else does. Even your knight in shining armor will fail you some days, because he has not had the luxury of getting to know you over the entire course of your lifetime. Doing what's good for you does not always feel good in the moment, but it's an act of self-love to step out of your comfort zone and do what you know is best for you, even if the only thing you feel like doing is sitting on the couch. So my next point is that motivation is a myth. You don't need motivation to do something fun, and you don't need motivation to pursue your purpose. If you're experiencing a lot of internal resistance to something, I would question whether or not you really want to do it. If something's truly aligned with the person that you are and you want to be. Of course, there'll always be chore kind of things that you have to do as you're walking through life, but you don't want to be living your entire life out of obligation. You want to make sure that the goals and dreams that you have are truly aligned with the person you want to be, and I think the process will feel fun if you're doing that. Not all the time, but mostly I think if you're doing something that's aligned with you, it feels more effortless. So my next tip is to ride out the rut. If you're specifically struggling with being in a rut, I suggest you watch this video. I kind of go into depth with things I think will help lift you out of that emotional state. You could need to take some time for yourself if you've pushed yourself to the point of burnout. And in that case, it may be worth kind of riding out the rut a little bit to really fully recharge yourself. But there's a lot that you can do to lift and change your emotional state if you're feeling that this period of laziness is more associated with, a long-term psychological state of being in a rut or being really sad or down. So check out that video if you think that would help you. So my next tip is to change your identity. I think action is the easiest when we identify with it. We are always telling ourselves a story about ourselves, and that perception of who we are and the world creates the reality around us. It's hard to shift your behavior if your behavior doesn't align with the story you're telling yourself. So for example, if you want to quit smoking, but you feel like a smoker, and you identify as someone who is a smoker, it will be very hard to let go of the habit of smoking. However, if you want to go running and you identify as someone who's a runner who does that regularly as a part of their life, it is very easy to step into the embodiment of running more often and just showing up in your life as someone who runs. It feels a little woo-woo, I know, when I talk about perception and the internal dialogue, the stories we tell ourselves, but really they have a lot of power. So I want you to think about the person you want to be. I want you to think about how they feel, they act, how they think, and to the best of your ability, step into the version of you that is that dream self, so that you can feel empowered to do the things that would bring you closer to her in that future. The person I am when I'm in a rut is not my highest self. I know that. I know that there's a version of me who is much more alive, joyous, and is living a fulfilled life. She's not rotting on the couch. When I'm having trouble motivating myself, I feel like it's when I have lost sight of the woman I want to be and my highest self. So bringing my highest self back into the forefront of my mind really helps me to kind of step out of the glum, sad feelings that I might be having. If you're looking for a book on the topic, I definitely would suggest Manifest. This book was really eye-opening for me. I guess for a while I'd been kind of resistant to a lot of the new agey spiritual information, but turns out I've been talking about manifesting all along, and the entire concept of kind of creating your dreams, engineering your dreams as it were, is what people in the manifestation community talk about when they talk about bringing your dream into reality. So I am on the bandwagon now. I'm obsessed. We will be talking about manifestation until this channel is over, whenever that is. But in perpetuity, we will be talking about manifestation because it is so powerful to change your life. This book for me had 3 really important takeaways that will really help you stop feeling lazy and pathetic and help you to be your dream woman. The first takeaway is that you're worthy of the future you dream of. The second thing is you have to be brave enough to face your future. And the third is that self-sabotage and your limiting beliefs are the biggest barrier to achieving your dream life. So when you're being a little sad couch potato, it's almost like you're telling the universe, I don't feel like I'm worthy of being the type of woman who is out in life having an amazing time and living her dreams. You have to act like her if you want to be her. So this book has a ton of great prompts to help you do so, to help you step into the energy of being her and feel brave enough to conquer your dreams. Alright, so the final thing I want to talk about is the fact that life is really short. We can feel the brevity of life at big milestones, like when you pass a decade birthday. And in those instances, we kind of get a sense of how quickly our life is passing us by. When we're bored, we're tired, we're feeling lethargic, the days can feel really long and sluggish. I think it's really important to remind yourself of just how brief this journey of life is, to motivate yourself to get up and make the most of every day that you have here. We all want to have a good life and we want to live it well. Some days that will mean the best use of your time is to relax on your couch. But more often, I would wager that there are far better ways in which you could spend your time on this planet. You want to come to the end of your life knowing that you maximized your experience there. You want to feel that you have squeezed every ounce of fun, joy, and love out of the experience. So when you find yourself rotting away, ask yourself, is this really how I want to spend my life? Okay, so the final thing I want to talk about is if you find yourself struggling to motivate yourself, you're on the couch being sad, watching TV, and you're being a little antisocial, it almost looks to me like you're afraid of going out and being a part of the world. And that doesn't always come up as a surface level thing. Sure, if I have a pimple, I'm less apt to want to go out and go to a party or whatever. But spend some time in your journal and ask yourself why you're afraid to step into the version of yourself that is living her fullest life. I think it will probably boil down to some version of self-worth. And for me, I always struggle to feel like I'm enough for my dreams. So the more work I can do to make myself believe that I can be the embodied version of myself who's living out her best life, the better life I actually live. Because the more I build my own personal self-esteem, my confidence grows, and the more I can achieve in my life. Ask yourself why you're afraid. Why are you afraid of the future that you say you want? If you really wanted it, you'd go out and get it. I think you're brave enough for it. I think that you can go achieve your dreams. I know that you're stronger than you think you are. And I hope that something I shared with you today helps you to believe that you're worthy as well. So that's all I have for you. If you have any other suggestions on how you can stop being lazy and pathetic, put them in the comment section below. I'm obviously a very cute fluffy person, but I respond very well to tough love. So I've been trying to be a little more directive in the videos, so I hope that's helpful and you guys enjoy it. And I know that you're stronger than you think you are.